Yo, okay, greetings, Hotep, Aglaba, bless up. Welcome, Black, to the recovery room of racism, non-anonymous, with me, SiS Abena, the recovering African who is enslaved in America, and who is a representative from the voices in the margins. I'm also true to the cause of African liberation via unification and utilizing the tool of healthy and effective communication. I am the traumatized traumatologist, queen of trauma and trauma queen. I am America's poster child for trauma, traumatic stress, the shit of human intentional type. And in terms of healthy and effective communication, what I needed a meeting for myself. So this is a meeting of racism non-anonymous. Racism non-anonymous is that revolutionary 12-step self-help program that is and has been uniquely designed, first and foremost, for myself, me, the African, in mind. And this is a little taste testament. I have, you can check it out there at AfreekanLive.com. And in terms of the nigger recovery program, yeah, I'm working a program of recovery, and I needed a meeting to think about and talk about out loud in my attempts to make sense of some shit that happened for me today. And that shit, now we introduced the nigger recovery program right around during Black History Month, of course, and how appropriate, huh? Because it has to do with and speaks to the history of folks of African descent, or black folks here in America, and it was how we became niggers. And so the nigger recovery program is the program that is designed to help us address that very unique form of psychological trauma, extremely complex trauma that we suffer from, that supports us with the desire to be and to behave like niggas. And the thing that I'm experiencing today is like, is this some nigga shit too? It's like, what kind of stuff is this? It's confusing, it's unhealthy and ineffective communication, and this is what happened, right? So, having introduced the nigger recovery program to the world, and with the assistance and help of Victor Fiorello, I can't pronounce the last name, Fiorello or something, Victor in Philadelphia, and then it was picked up by a sister out in California for News One by the name of Kirsten Blessings. And from there, someone saw it and contacted me and invited me to share. And I talked with that sister, and we set up some stuff, and then I haven't heard a peep since. And the share was supposed to happen right now, today, as we speak, and she's not. It just cut. I'm like, is that some bigger shit, or what happened? I think about it and step away and recognize the dynamics of life, in part what I talk about and why there was a need for this nigger recovery program was the fact that as people of African descent, having received the shit such that we have, and the fact that we continue to receive the shit, traumatic stress of the human intentional type. We are likely to behave in a way that is very hurtful, because receiving the shit is a process of being harmed, and people who have been harmed and who have not had the opportunity and the resources and the space to heal from that harm continue to behave in some harmful, confusing, conflicting ways. Sometimes it's intentional, and oftentimes it's unintentional. the original harm that was done, and especially in the making of a quote-unquote nigger, it was based on acts of intent to harm, and they were extremely harmful, and so harmful that for every situation in Western world psychology and thinking that requires attention from traumatic stress, war, veterans need assistance because of the traumatic stress of the human intentional type, victims of rape, children via abuse, women via abuse, they need help because of being raped or held hostage or, harmed physically, emotionally, and or verbally even, right? That's why they have anger management, because people hurt people with their words when they're angry, verbal abuse and aggression. And you have well, for us as a collective, and collectively we have experienced all of that plus some more. And there has not until now been a focused, clear, healthy, effective, clear, very specific focus on that. And it shows up in every area of people activity. Everywhere up and down a pole. And I've talked about a pole in the past, Abena's paradigm of lived experiences. And integrating Millie Fuller's 9 areas of people activity. And you have that pole and all those areas. It's just pervasive, and it's time to become active in a program of recovery. So to my sister who I spoke to and who I had this experience with in terms of sharing on the show, it is my thought that you are well, and that I'm sending positive energy, love, and light. I'm sending and receiving the blessing just for the conversation that we had and the connection that we made, and recognize the spiritual and metaphysical process that's also going on here, and the connection that was made. Now, why on this level the manifestation is different, because I haven't heard back. I don't know what happened, why it happened, what it means. Well, aside from the fact that it means that we didn't go forward as planned today. But it's also for me, I talk about it and why I brought it to the recovery room, and why I needed to talk about it, and how and why I associate it with quote unquote nigger shit, because on a broader level, this is not the first time this has happened to me, and it's happened in a very pervasive way. And in that regard, and in light of it being nigger stuff, it's like, what it means to be a nigger is that you are used to hurt black people for your own personal benefit, or in some way you're going to have to harm a black person in order to take care of yourself for your own benefit and gain, and to their detriment, that they're going to feel it as harming, to greater or lesser degrees, depending on who it is and what it is going to determine how damaging it is to the person. This happened, it hurt, it didn't stop me from continuing to live my life and my existence, afterwards. It didn't put me down and incapacitate me and have me in tears, however, and at the same time, it's like, I felt that. Oh, okay. And then there are times we get stuff that's like, you just, oh my God, I can't do shit, what? Greater or lesser degrees, impact. And I felt it, and that's how it works. That and until we have a chance to heal, we are likely to continue to do things to hurt each other. And whenever a person of African descent is harmed, an injury to one is an injury to all. And whenever one of us is harmed, then we're all harmed ultimately, and that is what makes it give rise to another reason to address this and why you may want to consider. So when I use myself, I use my own experiences as examples of what I am talking about and working to teach about and share with folks. And this was just an example. I love my sister, and like I said, and just the connection that we made for me is also useful, sufficient. And if it's true that we will not connect with each other beyond this point, then what that means is that we have exchanged what it is we were supposed to exchange with the connection. And for that, I'm blessed and grateful and thankful. So until next time, we'll be seeing if we can't continue to come back and talk more about the Nigger Recovery Program. You can certainly share and or ask questions, share your experiences and plans, and or if you find the ideal of a quote-unquote Nigger Recovery Program offensive and or something that you're clear you don't need, that it's okay to use this word, you're going to continue to use this word, and this is the reasons why you use this word, and you're not interested in hearing anything else about it, it's like, it's probably, in my, of course, estimation, well, outside of knowing what your reasons are, it's like, okay, some are sicker than others. One, and or two, okay, of course, it's like, okay, cool, right, blessed, and safe journeys, and will you consider that, and what have you thought of, and or what have you considered or thought in terms of what it is that you are doing when you do it does in fact cause me active harm? Are you okay with causing harm to another African descendant? And if they say that, okay, yeah, of course I respect and appreciate it, what can I say, that's your position, and I need to let you know that that position does cause me harm and the greater we. Now this thing has been exported across the planet. The niggers is in Paris, over in Asian countries. They have
virus database
nigger king, and on the continent, and the niggers with the jeans. It's like it's been exported. This whole notion of being a nigger. And what is a nigger? Again, using your time, talent, gifts, and skills for the benefit of the white system and to your detriment. And so I just want to talk about that, and I'm not going to go any much longer. I thank you for listening, and we'll see how this turns out. Till next time.